With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for sunny skies today with a high near 82, tonight partly cloudy with a low around 67, and Friday a chance for thunderstorms with a high around 78. Make it a night to remember at Crooner's Supper Club. Incredible live music, 4-star food, handcrafted drinks, and first-class service, all in the classic Supper Club setting. Don't miss out. Visit croonersmn.com to plan your perfect night out. That's croonersmn.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Minnesota State Fair and the West End Market at the Native Roots Trading Post. Welcome to the special edition of the Gaily Show. I'm John Parker with my executive producer, Jim Pounds.
Hey, y'all.
This is the only daily LGBTQ progressive radio news and talk show in the United States. And we are very pleased to be here at the Minnesota Great Get Together. It is the opening day of the fair. Gorgeous weather that we're having right now.
And it's mobbed.
It is mobbed. I cannot believe how many people are here so far today.
Yeah,
and we're going to give you some updates of the new things that you can find this year at the State Fair. Later in the show, we're going to talk to the folks here at the Native Roots Trading Post. Thank them for letting us use their space today for our live broadcast. Then we're going to talk to a couple of queer guests at the half-hour mark who have a very special relationship to the Minnesota State Fair. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And then one of the vendors is going to join us in the last part of the show to talk about what they've got going on here. And it's just going to be, a great show today.
Can we do our land acknowledgement, please? We are on Dakota land, and we want to honor that and recognize that and say that right up front.
And we are visitors here.
That's right.
All right. So what is new at the Minnesota State Fair this year? There is the Thunderbird. Did you see this yet, Jim?
I don't know what it is.
The Thunderbird is the tallest portable swing in North America, and it will lift you, if you go on it, 180 feet off the ground. I would pass out in terror.
Is there a weight limit? Because I might be.
I don't know. I did the overhang ride and literally almost lost my mind.
See,
I was so scared. I'm so scared of heights.
My fear is that I'll go up to something and they'll say you have to get on the scale before you get on this ride.
Well, it is located in the Adventure Park, open daily for the fair, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. The cost ticket is $8 per rider. Also new this year is the Journey to Space. So this is a free hands-on exhibit that gives a glimpse into the challenges and triumphs of space exploration.
Yeah.
For folks who are listeners of the show, you know that I do a weekly essay series called Queer and the Cosmos.
Yep.
So I'm very much looking forward to checking out this new exhibit, Journey to Space.
I heard people talking about it already. I was just walking around.
Okay.
So,
all right.
For what that's worth.
Today through Sunday, so August 21st to August 24th, only these days will be NASA lands at the fair for the first time. So led by NASA's Glenn Research Center in Cleveland, Ohio, NASA will highlight here the future of space exploration and the technologies making it possible. There will be the evolution of the spacesuit exhibit, which features 5 full-scale spacesuits from historic, present, and future space missions. So that is something that is new here at the State Fair this year. There are 2 new midway rides. There is the Overdrive, which they literally say time to crank your thrill meter into overdrive. It is a high thrill ride featuring dazzling lights and fast action spinning sleds.
I'm curious, what is there for the elderly community?
And the Midway, nothing.
Oh.
There's also the Scorpion. Maybe is that for the older LGBTQ folks? The Scorpion. You can swoop through the mighty Midway. On the Scorpion, you climb aboard a 3-armed attraction to tilt and swing through the air for a soaring sensation.
Wow.
Both of these new Midway rides are open every day of the fair, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Labor Day.
I enjoy actually watching those rides and watching people be terrified or throw up or whatever they're going to do. So if there's seating somewhere nearby, I always
to just watch
enjoy
it.
Yeah,
to watch it.
it's great entertainment.
Yes. New also to the fair this year is the Bachman's Floral Rotunda. So this is in celebration of 140 years of bringing beauty to Minnesota homes and gardens. Bachman's presents a journey through the natural wonders of our great up north. So from the shores of Lake Superior to the Boundary Waters and through the heart of Cabin Country. So this will be located in the agricultural why can't I say that word? Agricultural Horticulture Building.
Wow,
the rhyme.
I should have
Open
heard.
daily 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 8 p.m. on Labor Day.
I should have read that one, I think.
Yeah, you probably should have.
Yeah.
That's a fun thing.
I
Agriculture.
should have practiced this first. Maybe.
I have already gotten my cheese curds.
Yes.
First thing that I always do on the opening day
Yeah.
of the state fair,
Yeah.
beeline it to the mouth trap. And I want to also say, in the Trump economy, they went up to $22 for the bucket this year.
The inflation
so thank
is
you
soaring. Yeah.
to Donald Trump for that.
Well, and I remember sending a text to you and Gordy saying, "Go there first. Don't."
Well, it's the thing I always do. I'm obsessed with the cheese curds
Yeah.
here at the state fair. Wherever I go in the state of Minnesota and they have cheese curds on the menu, I always try them to see if they're as good as the Minnesota State Fair.
Yeah.
And only the ones and this is not a paid advertisement, I'm not paid to say this, but at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, their cheese curds come in second.
Wow.
Second
is pretty good.
It is pretty good.
I think.
So the weather is toasty here. There is a little bit of controversy this year in terms of some reporting of the new parking situation in Falcon Heights. So they're in the Falcon Heights neighborhood. It is no longer free street parking. You pay $25 through an app to park on those streets. So as we were walking through the Falcon Heights neighborhood, we noticed that there are a number of signs on yard signs that said, this house doesn't believe that there should be paid parking for the fair.
The formerly welcoming city of Falcon Heights.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm
less
just saying that there is new paid parking in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
of
do
Falcon
know
Heights.
that. I mean, don't come, we have a pattern too, and whatever your pattern was about street parking, it's changed.
Yes.
This year.
So it's the reason why I'm bringing up that controversy is that if you usually park in that Falcon Heights neighborhoods, plan to either pay the new fee of $25, a flat rate for the day, or you can park across Hamlin, which is where we park today.
Or take a bus.
You can take the bus.
Yep.
The bike
Uber
folks.
Yeah.
What are those called?
It's like a tricycle.
Yeah.
Taxi.
Yeah. There were lots of them today. There were lots of them helping folks drive to the gates of the state fair.
Yeah.
You are listening to The Gaily Show, live from the Minnesota State Fair. We are in the West End Market in the Native Roots Trading Post. We're going to have a couple of folks from the Trading Post here after the commercial break to talk to us about what they've got going on here. I also want to talk about some new sponsors and touring exhibit booths that are here for the first time at the Minnesota State Fair. There's Bush's Beans. So they're going to give you a bean-tastic experience.
Wow.
You can pose next to a larger-than-life can of beans, and there will be flavor, fun, and freebies for you to enjoy when you go to the Bush's Beans new sponsor and touring exhibit. There is the Voyagers National Park at the fair, so you can celebrate the Voyager Park's 50th anniversary with kid-friendly activities and giveaways. That is only for the initial weekend, so today, tomorrow, and Saturday, August 21st through the 22nd. So head down to the Minnesota State Fair to check out that Voyagers National Park at the fair. There is also Sugar Bee. You can stop by for free samples of Sugar Bee apples. There will also be photo opportunities and the opportunity to learn the true origin of how these apples came to be. The Sugar Bee apple that is also only available the first weekend of the Minnesota State Fair. So it opens tomorrow, the 22nd, and runs through the 24th.
I think those things will surprise people, don't you? That something that's there one day is not there the next day. And usually things seem like they open up the first day and they're here all the way to the end. But
well,
I don't know. I know change is inevitable,
but that's why you got to get down to the state fair in the first weekend.
Multiple times, apparently.
This is a full circle moment, I think. I don't even know if it's a full circle moment. Maybe it's just an evolution for me. When I first came to Minnesota 14 years ago, I did not understand what the state fair was.
We still
I thought
don't-
of it just as a county fair,
Oh,
and then y'all took me to the Minnesota State Fair. I was like, okay,
Right.
that was a wrong impression.
right.
And I was like, I don't know what to do with the state fair. I didn't know how to feel about the crowds. There was a lot of people here. There was a lot going on. It just sort of felt like overwhelming. But as I've gone along here, living in Minnesota, I've really come to appreciate the role that the Minnesota State Fair has here for the state, the great Minnesota get together. I've really begun to appreciate what that means. I love the people watching here.
Yes.
And I also, obviously, I love those cheese curds.
And these are the 12 days when Minnesotans agree, on something, which I think is in this day and age positive.
Yeah.
We all want to be here, and
Try.
at least we can look at
It-
each other.
I know we've only been here for a few hours. When it's a non-election year, the vibe tends to be a little bit more light.
Yes.
Now obviously, we're dealing with a fascist administration, so there's that hanging over everything. But
Yes.
to take a break, you can't be thinking about this all the time.
No, right.
And so that's why I'm really grateful. And I wanted to have the show here today
Yep.
from the state fair to just you have to give yourself mental health breaks, even
Yep.
if it's for an hour
Yep.
a day, because we can't be in DEFCON 3 24 hours a day, 7
Right.
days a week. Jim
Right.
disagrees with me on that. He thinks
Well-
that we should be, but
I think you should take at least 1 hour out of every day to take a breath.
yeah. And you can bring the kiddos down to the
Yes.
Minnesota State Fair. There are 2 new Kidway rides here at the fair. So this year in 2025, the Hampton Space Age. So calling all junior astronauts. Can you tell I'm obsessed with the new space things
Oh boy.
happening this year? So little ones can hop into their own spaceship and take the wheel and soar through gentle ups and downs on an exciting, rotating, track-based space adventure. Also new this year is Jumbo, the flying elephant.
Oh,
Soar through the sky on your very own magical elephant. It's perfect for kids and for adults who are kids at heart.
I'm not taking you on Dumbo.
Wink, wink. Jumbo lets you take the reins, controlling your rides
Jumbo.
up and down. So you can control it, though, how fast you go up and down for a thrilling, personalized adventure. So these new Kidway rides, the Hampton Space Age and the Jumbo Flying Elephant, they're located at the Kidway. And the Kidway is also open 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the fair,
I was
8 p.m. on the
I
closing
was
day.
asking myself, how are they getting away with the copyright with Disney and that? But that's because they're calling it the Jumbo rather than the Dumbo, right? That's enough of a change to get away with it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, the Jumbo, because it's a Jumbo elephant that you get to ride.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
There are also some new guest experience enhancements happening this year at the fair. So at Gate 2, there is an expanded entry area and there are added walkways allowing for an improved guest and spirit experience, right? So if you have different ways of mobility, of moving through the world, head over to Gate 2 because that entry area has been expanded and there are more walkways so that you can get through and into the fair in a much more easier, accessible way. The Creative Activities Building has new display cases, and we've got to take a commercial break.
Well, I think I heard the music.
Yeah.
Did
We got to take a commercial break.
I thought
We're going to
so.
tell you more about the Creative Activities area when we come back. You're listening to The Gaily Show live from the Minnesota State Fair.
Crooners is a classic supper club with a wide range of entertainment. Make your reservations for a parade of international, national, and local artists in the main stage showroom, the intimate Dunsmore Jazz Room, or outdoors at the seasonal Belvedere Under the Stars space. Or enjoy Maggie's Piano Lounge. Enjoy 4-star food and drinks with first-class supper club service. What are you waiting for? Go to croonersmn.com for more information and schedule. That's croonersmn.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Shambot from Shambot Family Dentistry. We're the fear-free, shame-free dental office. We know dental anxiety and dental phobia are real. We'll take the time to get to know you and give you what you need to be comfortable at all times. We offer free nitrous oxide laughing gas and have high-tech options to help you feel calm and relaxed during your appointments. We'll help you get through every appointment in the most pain-free way possible. If you're having a dental emergency, we'll try and get you in the same day you call because we don't like to see anyone in pain. As my daughter Rachel says,
if you don't see my dad, please see another dentist. Take care of your teeth because they're the only ones you get.
This is Chad, owner of AM 950. I've been going to Shambot Family Dentistry for years. They get me in last minute when I'm in pain and make regular checkups easy and comfortable.
Shamblat Family Dentistry in Hopkins and St. Paul. Find them online at shamblatfamilydentistry.com or call 1-800-FIX-MY-TEETH.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage?
Listening on the stream.
Owner of AM 950 to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com.
Welcome back to the Gaily Show live at the Minnesota State Fair. We are in the West End Market at the Native Roots Trading Post. They're being so gracious. You will hear Native Roots Radio today at 5 p.m. live as well from the State Fair. From the Native Roots Trading Post. I lost my train of thought there because I want to finish something that I said before the break. In terms of guest experience enhancements this year and the Creative Activities Building, there are new display cases that are providing 70 feet of additional exhibit space for craft entries. There's also a newly installed cooler showcases for pies and baking entries because I go there every year. So when I saw that, I was like, yes, please. I want 70 feet of additional creative activities. Nice. All right. I am John Parker. I am your host. Jim has hopped off the microphone and we have a guest with us, Jaleesa,
yes,
who works is working the Native Roots Trading Post, also host of Native Roots Radio as well. So folks will recognize this voice.
Yeah, I do jump in from time to time and co-host with my Jaji, which means father in Ho-Chunk. And me and my Jaj and my sister, we started Native Roots Trading Post that we're standing in here today. And this is our 4th year at the fair. And we already loved the fair and we loved Native people and Native artists. And we are so honored and blessed to be here.
Well, and I'm not just saying this. This has been busy all day. I mean, you really can't see on the camera, but it's been very like a constant people coming in and checking out all the amazing products. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but when we're wrapped up here, I will be looking around.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, we put our heart and soul into it. We really do. And, all the T-shirts, sweatshirts, the jean jackets, all that we've designed as a family and come up with over the years. And we have a couple new ones this year that we're really excited about. And then on top of that, and what's really wholesome about this is that we get to work with other Native American artists and we get to showcase their work and just provide a space for them to share their work. So we have a representation of Ho-Chunk Nation, which is our nation. My brother-in-law's Ojibwe Leech Lake. So we have some of his designs here and some of his things. And then we also have other artists too.
Can I tell you one of the things I do love that I just saw? There is a jean jacket here that says Sage Against the Machine.
yes. And shout out. And you'll see those little, what it is alluded to is clear, right? And that band that most of you will know, they're big advocates. So it's really cool. Yeah.
So
not everybody knows
that.
Play
on words.
Yes. No. Yeah. That's on purpose. I don't know if I can actually say the name of the band, but people know.
Yeah. It's Sage Against the Machine, folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Replace one of the letters.
So-
Tell us, not to put you on the spot,
Oh,
can you
no,
tell
no.
us a little bit about the vendors who are here you're selling?
Yeah,
and featuring.
Absolutely. So I kind of went into what we do. We also, for the first time this year, we're very proud. We made our own candles. We smudged. They're inspired by the 4 sacred medicines: sage, sweetgrass, tobacco, and cedar. And then as far as the other artists, so we have Amber Buckanaga from Leech Lake. She had some scarves. We have Renee, who is Ojibwe. She did some amazing beadwork. We have a Navajo woman, Matilda, who did some more earrings. And there's a lot of different books by Native artists. And let me think. I mean, we have, I should say Ivan. He is from New Mexico. He does all of our paintings. We have some representation of Clyde. Rest in peace, Clyde. Let's see. Yeah, just to name a few. I think I got almost everybody. So
I was curious. I am curious. How long have you all been? How long has the Trading Post been here at the State Fair?
This is our 4th year.
4th year.
Yes. And every year we tweak it a little bit. We bring in different artists. And it's just been a lot of fun.
And you were here pretty late last night getting set.
Yes. I think I was saying this earlier. You take so much time off work and you dedicate yourself to the fair, and it's so much fun. And then you don't realize how much it is preparing for it. And so there's a lot of late nights and a lot of hard work. So.
That's amazing. You love the State Fair. For folks who are, I can't imagine. Well, there may be new Minnesotans. I was a new Minnesotan at some point who had never been to the State Fair. So if there are new folks here, you love it. What would you recommend for? Okay, they're going to come here 1st.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take a look around. They're going to buy some stuff. And then after that, where should they go?
Exactly. So to clarify, the West End Market is where we're located. It used to be called Heritage Square. A lot of people remember when this was Heritage Square. They redid it. So nice because we're near the bus stop. So when you're coming from the bus, hit up West End Market. It's not only amazing because we're here, but it's a lot of other local businesses, small businesses, so you can shop local here. I would say, okay, I have to do the corn. That's a must for me, and it's pretty quick, even though don't be intimidated by the line.
It's worth it.
I'm like a kid at heart sometimes, and so I like to do the big slide. I like to go through the haunted house. Yeah. I like to kind of just do these like silly things. I do like to hit the midway at night because it's like exciting and fun, and I'm kind of a thrill seeker too. So once in a while, I'll do some rides. I've gotten Judge, my dad, to do some rides with me too. So. Yeah. What else besides that?
So some of these rides are like, for me, I'm like, I would pass out and scream, and that would be the end of me. Like, what is the scariest ride that you've done?
I mean, I don't know what they're called, but in the midway, the really tall ones, not the extremely tall one that you have to like pay like a lot of money, like it's still a ticketed one, but just like those, I don't even know what they're called, but like some of the really big ones in the midway I've done. Definitely.
Love it.
I don't know what they're called though. Sorry.
So I look at them and like, that's terror number 1 and terror number 2.
That's hilarious.
This is the thing I'm not going to do. I still haven't. Tell me about the haunted house because I still haven't been there yet, and I have partners that are like, oh, I'm not going to the haunted house.
Yeah, I think it's like $5, so it's like really cheap, and it's like it's not super intense, but it's a haunted house. It's dark, it's scary. It's little maze through, and they jump out and scare you, and it's fun.
I gotta do that. Do you go to any of the livestock?
I do. I mean, I've walked through there. I mean, because of us doing this, I gotta say I don't, because I'm so busy during the day doing this. I'll get away maybe for a moment to grab some food, but I haven't been over there since we started this. But yeah, to just walk through and stuff. And I've had friends that have had, horses and things like that. So that's kind of fun. So yeah.
Love it. Any little, I want to give a preview of the show tonight, but let's hold on to that.
Sure.
The Native Roots Radio is going to be live here also from the State Fair. You are listening to a special live broadcast of the Gaily Show here on AM 950, live from the Native Roots Trading Post. Thank you for letting us be here.
Yeah,
letting us share your space
for
this time. It was really, really special because we were, the world being what it is right now, we're like,
Mhm.
let's have a Minnesota get together.
I love
You
that.
know, let's take a time out from the
Mhm.
stuff that we're dealing with and just be together in
Mhm.
community. And I've
Mhm.
been here like 4 hours, and already I'm feeling that.
I
So,
love that. That's so good. Yeah, we are proud to be around others that are local and also just an authentic native booth,
Yeah.
right? So that's good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I have to fit in another break. Jaleesa, again, thank you for joining
Mhm.
me here on the show and letting us share your space with you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Peanut Geeky and Hajawoni, and thanks to all the listeners.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Tom. There's a war being waged on clean energy. A bill in Congress could eliminate the 30% federal tax credit for solar by the end of 2025. And once it's gone, it may never come back. Fossil fuel giants and their MAGA friends in Washington want to kill green energy. But you can fight back. Going solar with all energy solar isn't just smart, it's a form of resistance. You choose where your money goes, not to utility companies, not to fossil fuel billionaires, but toward clean, renewable power for your home. A system from All Energy Solar works in Minnesota year-round because it runs on sunlight, not heat. So even in the dead of winter, you're generating electricity. And All Energy Solar helps you save with every rebate and incentive available. This is the moment to act. Waiting means risking with this tax credit and giving the upper hand to MAGA Republicans. So get your free consultation today at allenergysolar.com and take back your power.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plato and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Discover a world of foods. Visit Shanghai International Wholesale Market, a spacious food warehouse open to the public with discounts for buying in bulk. Incredible selection of global and local foods, 500 different types of noodles, specialty items, and local foods you won't find anywhere else. Shanghai Wholesale Market, your local international food warehouse. Shanghai is just north of University Avenue off of Pryor.
Hi, Minnesota. Stephanie Miller here. Join me every weekday morning from 8 to 11 for a humorous look at politics and current events on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
The Brave New Workshop is a Minneapolis tradition and the nation's longest-running comedy theater, finding ways to make people laugh about things that should make them cry for over 65 years. And who doesn't need a good laugh right now? Seriously, who doesn't need a laugh? Come see their fall show, Hippocalypse Now, a hilarious look at a world where what people say and what people do are completely unrelated. Playing now through November 1st at the Dudley Riggs Theater in Minneapolis. Tickets available at hennepinarts.org. That's hennepinarts.org. With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for sunny skies today with a high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy with a lower on 67. And Friday, a chance for thunderstorms with a higher on 78. With a 4.9 rating on Google and over 21,000 reviews, Zero Res is Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner. Right now, they have their Labor Day sale where you can get 3 rooms Zero Resified for $119 plus $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book at ZeroResMinnesota.com or call 952-ZERO-RES. You're listening to AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Welcome back to the Gaily Show, having a special live broadcast at the Minnesota State Fair. We are located in the Native Roots Trading Post in the West End Market. So glad to be here on behalf of AM 950 Radio and all the gays. All the gays, we're here. And I have two very special guests right now. I'm your host, John Parker. We are 33 minutes after the hour. I have two special guests who have a storied history with the Minnesota State Fair. Annie and Molly are here joining me now on the Gaily Show. Hello.
Hi. Hi. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Molly, actually returning to the Gaily show. We spoke a number of years. We spoke last fall or winter about Christmas dinner.
Yeah, was that just last year?
I don't know.
Okay.
Time is
It was
meaningless
like
in
one
what
of
we
the
live in right now.
One of the first Gaily shows you did.
Yes.
That's
was,
right.
Yeah, it was pretty early on.
It was. And
Yeah.
again, there was a video aspect I was not expecting.
We had
I'd
some
have
tech
cleaned
stuff
up.
that day.
Yeah, I'd have cleaned up and probably not had like just the cat tree behind me. But yes.
Well, it's great to have you both back here again. And you are both you find such joy here at the State Fair that you had a special ceremony here a couple years back.
We did. We got married here in the Eggport B building, right next to the Scarecrows, right across from the Crop Art, and right in front of Ron Kelsey's seed sack collection.
The Crop Art, which we're going to get to that in a second here. Why did you want to get married at the Minnesota Great Get Together?
Well, we've both always loved the fair. Actually, on our first date that we didn't know was a date at the time, but at our first meeting, Molly was shocked to learn that one was not vegan, 2 was not gluten-free, and 3 was a huge fan of the State Fair. I think she didn't think I existed in real life. Yeah, you know, looking at you certainly looks like you all of those things. I have had servers bring me vegan hamburgers when I've ordered like meat hamburgers before, so I must have a look. I'm not sure.
Is there a vegan look?
I don't know. There seems to be, and I seem to be it, but that's fine.
Is it the hat?
Maybe. I'm wearing a duck hat right now with a giant duck head and actually a duck rear end as well.
Yes, with the trans flag colors. on
Yes,
it
I
as
did
well.
add that myself. That's an aftermarket trans flag duck.
Well, I think that was just really special that you both found that time together here to celebrate. And you had friends and family that were showing up here as well to join you in the ceremony. And so you said next to the Crop Art building, you also you enter some competitions as well here at the fair.
Yeah, I did. I entered in the Creative Activities building for the first time this year. So starting in April, I've been teaching myself how to sew clothes. So I'm still a beginner, but I did enter 4. I misspoke in an earlier interview, but I entered 4 articles of clothing, and I did get a third place ribbon.
No way!
I did look up the results, and it turns out only 3 people submitted, but that's fine.
Hey.
I'll take it.
Hey, this is why you have to submid to these competitions.
Yes.
And I have seen the photos texted to me, and you are not just a beginner.
Thanks.
Okay.
I did learn the basics as a kid, but I'd never, at least not successfully, sewn clothes before. And now I've gotten pretty into it. So
Did you both do seed art this year?
Yes, we did.
did.
And he did 3 pieces, 4 pieces. I did 3 planned pieces, and I did a last minute piece, and then Molly did an epic piece. My piece is not epic. It's
Tell
not
us. Tell us.
Well, I have no background in visual arts and no idea how to do things. So when I finally had an idea, I had no idea how I was going to achieve it. But I made, I'm getting feedback. There we go. I made out of clay, a toilet paper roll on a toilet paper holder, all covered in seeds that would hang on a wall, and it's upside down to the viewer. But if you were sitting on a toilet next to it, it would be right side up to you. And you can see that on the toilet paper is spelled out the preamble to the Constitution of the United States of America. What? And so, yes. My first epic. It's not, well, and then like the thing is, Annie is a diligent worker who can like stay on task and do all these things. I am the opposite. I have a real hard time. So like most of it happened the night before it was due. Wow. Well,
an all-nighter.
Yeah, 2nd year in a row for that. And I hung it up to dry in the garage, and when we came to get it a few hours later to drop off at the fair, it had fallen apart. And so instead of being something that hangs on the wall, it's something that sits on a board now. But I think it's still just as impactful. Thank you.
Just hearing about it now, I can't wait to go and see it.
Well,
And,
look hard because you might not go, oh, I see what that is. But now that you know.
and now the listeners at home.
Did I
on
mention
50 radio know as well?
I have no background in visual arts and I never know what I'm doing. So every time, but
do I recall you winning a ribbon last year?
I won a ribbon. This is our third year doing crop art, and I won a ribbon my first year. I won a 4th place ribbon for my state fair take on the conceptual art of Damien Hirst, who does those pieces where he'll capture a 17-foot long tiger shark and then put it in formaldehyde. I did a version of that, a much smaller version, and instead of a shark, it was a pronto pup with a shark's mouth. And I think one of the judges must have an art background because I'm sure they're like, oh, I get your reference. And then that was at the airport for a year. And I asked everyone who went by it to squat down like Damien Hirst in front of it, looking really intense. And so got a lot of selfies of those, which I'll probably get turned into some kind of project for next year's fair. Probably the night before it's due.
Well, yes.
But
that adds to the fun.
This one won a much more prestigious ribbon last year, and
3rd place.
Yeah, mine was a 4th place. And mine looked, yours actually looks like you know what you're doing.
I don't know.
Well, mine, I always describe my visual style as drunk child because that's what it looks like. Who left that child unsupervised and who gave that child liquor is always.
Oh my god.
Because no, everything I do is like so. But yours actually looks like neat and well put together.
I do plan a little more, but
yes.
that doesn't mean I'm more talented by any means, and I'm certainly not more creative. You definitely win that award.
Not true. Not true. But this is our second competition interview of the day.
See, this is what I mean. Like, you're all like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. And here we are doing interviews, winning ribbons. Last year, I was like, I didn't understand there's a line culture in the crop art area. So
that's complicated, actually.
And I was like, I'm just wondering, like, where is Annie and Molly? That's
So
all I care
actually,
about.
last year you were not wrong. So last year they tried to redo it and make it so there wasn't a line, and so people would just come in from any side of the room, and they actually had a sign up that said there is not supposed to be a line, just come in the room. So last year you did exactly what you were supposed to do. All of the years before that, there's been a line, and apparently this year there's back to being a line, it seems, because that sign is gone, and there was definitely a line.
Is that like a state fair culture where we just all line up?
Maybe a Minnesota culture?
Well, because you have to get in line for food.
Yeah.
So there's just a bunch of lines.
Yeah.
You do stand-ins. So maybe it's just we default to there's got to be a line to stand in to see the crop art.
It's becoming more and more and more popular. There
The
were
lines?
Well, no, the crop.
The crop art.
darling. Lines have always it's been very popular. It's practically Soviet, and but apparently there were 100 more submissions this year.
And I looked up the number last year in case the info booth ladies quizzed me on it, but they didn't. But it was, I think, 353 last year, so it's got to be about 450 roughly this year. Yeah.
And last year there were 50 more than the year before that. So it just keeps
exponential growth.
Growing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a cool thing because anybody that submits something gets it displayed. Almost everything gets displayed. There was one this year that had a butt on it, and that one didn't get displayed because of the butt.
Okay. Censorship. Anyway, what are your I've got things to say about that from a book ban perspective.
Yeah.
I've got things to say about that, but we're not going to get into that today. Annie, what are your entries in the crop art?
So this year I did a portrait of Peggy Flanagan, and I cannot draw portraits, so I should preface this by saying that I found a beautiful piece of art on Instagram, and I reached out to that artist and got their permission to convert their design into crop art. So I did that for Peggy because she's running for Senate, and I think she would be amazing at that. So I wanted to support her campaign in that way. And then the first piece I submitted in 2023 was a piece commemorating our wedding, since that happened in that building. Yeah. And at the top of it, it said, celebrate trans love and joy. I should read it off of your shirt. Celebrate trans love and joy. And so this year I kind of did a revamped version of that, and it says trans love and joy, and then a same image, and then across it in big orange letters says cannot be censored.
Ooh.
right?
And then I did a set of pronoun pins, mostly because I wanted a pronoun pin that was made out of crop art. And so I thought, if I'm going to do that, I might as well submit it.
Sorry, I was getting a time cue, but we still got lots of time left in this segment. Well, any ribbons? Do we
No
know?
ribbons, no, not in crop art. I did get that ribbon on the vest as the third place out of 3 entries.
Well, everybody needs to go to the crop art building and take selfies with the Trans Love and Joy will not be censored. I wanted to also ask both of you about, is there a queer perspective to the state fair for folks that are like, I don't know, should I go to the state fair? Do you have queer recommendations for folks? Since this is the Gaily show, and there's an obligatory gay question that I have to ask always. So,
well, there's lots of queer representation in the crop art show every year. I shouldn't say lots, but a decent amount every year. And I usually see some in the Fine Arts Building as well, although we have not been there yet this year.
No, we've not been there to the Fine Arts yet this year. They always have an artist, a professional artist doing their work in the Fine Arts Building. Last year, the artist we saw working, he and his husband, are artists who turn take photographs of vintage signs and then make paintings of them. And he opened the gallery on Lake at Lindale.
Okay.
That is now, I believe they're now open, and was Leather and Lattes.
That's
also
above. That's in their second floor. Yeah.
Now,
so that reopened.
And I'm sorry, I can't remember their name. The names of the couples who are doing that.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean there are the thing with the crop art is that it's folk art, and the folk have got something to say. So yes, there's queer representation here and there. I also, though, and sorry if this is antithetical to your premise, no longer evangelize for the fair. Queers, trans folks, if you're like, I don't want to go to the fair, we would love to see more queer and trans folks, but also there's so many people here already. So you're welcome not to come, and tell all your friends and family not to come. But yes, so I used to.
Does that feel weird not to evangelize for the fair anymore?
No, because it's so busy, and like this is the first day of the fair, which is always the least attended, and it's crazy here.
There's a lot. We have a special guest that's coming up, and we're going to get to them after the break. Okay, I said I'm getting time cues like every which way.
I want to
like,
point too. Yeah,
everybody point to our next guest, and I lost my train of thought. And it's gone. That was a beautiful thought, and it's gone now. All right. Well, we've got a couple minutes left before we hit that commercial break. I want to know then, is there a favorite part of the fair for either of you?
I mean, the Egg Hort Bee building and the crop art, which we keep talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we got married there, and so we've talked about
I should have prefaced that.
Okay. Besides
that obviously has a lot of joy for you. Obviously, that's an area that's very special for both of you. Outside of that, like, is there a favorite food or a favorite midway ride? Or
we
a favorite
avoid the
place to
midway.
Oh, really?
We do avoid the midway. Although I did one time get here when the fair first opened, and it was fun to walk through there when everything was closed. But I'm a big food person. I don't know that I have one particular favorite food, but I do make an Excel spreadsheet every year to track the food that I want to make sure not to miss.
Annie, I knew you were going to say.
I'm the planner.
I knew there was going to be a spreadsheet involved here.
It's color coded.
Annie and Molly, thank you so much for joining me here today. Congratulations on your crop art submissions, and I hope you celebrate a beautiful anniversary here today.
Thank
you very much.
All right, we're going to have more with the Gaily Show after this.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Did you know that August is Pet Appreciation Month? Zero Res doesn't use harsh soaps or chemicals, so it's safe for all your furry friends. If you have a pet like I do, you know they'd like to leave little bits of themselves around the house, whether that's fur or dander or worse. And you need to call my cleaning heroes at Zero Res to help get your house back in shape. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. So if it's been months since your last deep clean, it's time to give the pros at Zero Res a call. And if you need to freshen up your home for the fall, Zero Res is dropping a Labor Day sale just in time for the start of the school year. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $119, plus a free hallway and $75 off an air duct cleaning. Sale ends Labor Day. Call 952-ZERO-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Hi, it's Mitch, owner of Junk Masters. Spring's the perfect time to get your space back and clear out those unwanted items. The best part? Just show us what goes. We are local and independent, just like AM 950. We provide residential and commercial services. Our landfill diversion program includes donating, recycling, and leveraging waste to energy whenever possible. You don't have to worry about a thing. We do all the work for you. Contact us for a free quote. There's no obligation. Visit junkmastersmn.com to get started today.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067, or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
Hi, Penny here from Nightingale in Minneapolis. Exciting news. During the warmer months, we're extending our charm to the patio. Imagine savoring your favorite dishes outside, surrounded by the lively energy of South Minneapolis near 26th and Lindale. And guess what? Nightingale's patio is not just a dining space. It's also dog-friendly. Craft cocktails, curated wines, and half-price bottles of wine on Mondays are still part of the deal. Open daily 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. with a full menu until midnight. Join us at Nightingale where good times and great flavors come together.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based care. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Trading post in the West End market. We wanted to just take a break from the news to broadcast from the Minnesota State Fair. We know there's a lot going on. We're going to get back to that at 3 o'clock when we do all the news gathering. We've got the Matt McNeil show coming up next. But we know it is the first day of the Minnesota State Fair. It is packed here today. The weather is gorgeous. And we have a very special guest to close out the hour, Sarah from I Like You, which is a vendor here at the State Fair. Sarah, thank you for joining me on the Gaily Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Sarah, tell us about I Like You.
I Like You has 2 locations in the Twin Cities area, so we're not just here at the fair. We have a St. Paul location, Northeast Minneapolis location, and we consign with about 250 local or independent artists. So we try to keep it as local as we possibly can and try to support those people who, have a hot side hustle going on and trying to make life a little bit better.
I love that. And where are you located here in the State Fair?
We are in the West End Market. We're located right between the 2 major restaurants. So right between the Blue Barn and Lulu's Public House.
Oh, that's a great location.
It is a great location and we're kind of in the shade. So
I know.
On a day like today, it matters. Right? It matters.
It is. There's lots of shade opportunities, but folks can, there's lots of shade. You can totally pun that right now, right? So tell us what you have at the store that folks can expect when they stop by.
Well, the booth here at the State Fair is really a Minnesota-themed T-shirt booth. Like we really only have 10 by 20 feet, so there's only so much you can do. So it's not a whole representation of our brick and mortars, but they're fun, they're whimsical, we make you laugh. There's people who come back every single year. Some people even make us our first stop. So
everybody's got a first stop at the State Fair. Do you have a first stop at the State Fair, or are you just so busy getting the store up and running?
I am busy getting the store up and running, but my very first stop is I go to the same gate to come in every single day of every single fair, and those are kind of my family. Gate 6 is are my people. So
That. How long have you been at the state fair then?
This
the
is
store?
our 15th year at
Whoa.
the state fair.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're pretty proud.
Wow. How has it changed then over the past 15 years, if at all?
It has changed tremendously. For us in particular, we started in the grandstand. We moved to the old Heritage Square, which then became the West End Market. So
Right.
we've really had a lot of like rebirths during this time. Yeah,
Wow.
but the fair itself just gets bigger and better every single year.
Every year.
Every year.
Every year. There were those storms last year that sort of tampered down the population this year. So we're hoping that we're not going to have that this year.
No, it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, record-breaking
Today,
year.
I mean, I cannot believe how gorgeous it is for the
Right?
first day of the fair.
Everybody's in a good mood. Everything is clean and fresh, and people are ready to go with a smile and just.
I think everybody wants this right now.
I think so too.
The
I think
vibe
we
that I've been
need
getting,
it.
yes. I think everyone's like, okay, let's have a state fair.
Yeah.
Let's have a Minnesota Great Get Together.
Yeah, it's time.
I have to ask you about your earrings.
My earrings are made by a local artist. Her name is Jess Arnold. Her company is called You're the Party, and we carry them at the booth. So we do have some jewelry, as you know, and some hair clips and things like that, as opposed to just t-shirts. But she makes super fun, super colorful, yarn-based earrings that are easy and lightweight, and they really enhance just about anything.
I don't know if we can see them. Yes. Oh, we're getting a perfect shot of them on camera. So if
good.
you're on YouTube right now, you can see them. They're just so much fun.
I was intimidated by them.
Oh, really?
When they first came upon the scene, which looking at me, you may not understand that sometimes I do get intimidated. However, I have grown to like, these are some of my staples. They enhance everything with a big old party.
I love that. I love that. Do you have a favorite food here at the Minnesota State Fair?
I do. Can I give you 3 favorite foods?
No, one. Sarah.
Just one?
No, yes. It's the Gaily show. We make up the rules here.
Okay,
we break them whenever we want.
Well,
Yes.
I'm spoiled by the fact that I am really located between really 2 great
I know,
restaurants. But
seriously.
the days that I get out into the fairgrounds, anything from Hmong Union Kitchen, I will sign up and eat.
Ooh, yes.
The Jamaican meat patties, also located in the International Bazaar, is
Love.
something that I have multiple times during the fair. And then for a pro move, I like to go get the nitro ice cream, and then I leave the food building and go get the fresh hot baked brownie, and you combine those 2 together, and it is really outstanding. But it needs to be shared because it's too much for one person.
No.
Oh,
No sharing.
no sharing.
That was
I'm
such a
big
pro move. I
sharer.
was like, pro move. Oh, this is
It
that
is
was a pro move.
Mhm. No, you got to combine the 2, and they are both really great products on their own, but coupled together, you won't get anything.
Now the nitro ice cream is in the like where the mouth trap is in that
Yes.
building. It's like
Yep,
right when you
in the
walk in
food
that
building.
one door in the back, which I mean I don't know what the back is, but
It is. It is
Yeah,
though. You're
in
right.
the
They're
back.
right next to the exit or entrance, whichever,
Yeah.
right there in the back, and they are.
It is
It's
so
it's flash frozen ice cream, so it's like dense and creamy, and oh, it's so good.
I just started learning how to make ice cream a couple years ago, and I
Ooh,
have
I've
like a
been doing
baker friend who was like, "But do you know how to do nitro?" And I was like, "Dude, come on! I just figured out how to make regular
Have
ice
the
cream."
equipment for that?
But it is delicious. It's some of the best ice cream you're gonna get.
I
So
agree.
then you walk around the corner to
Fresh baked brownies,
Fresh
and they
baked
are
brownies.
right on the corner, big yellow sign, and then you combine your fresh baked brownie bite with your nitro ice cream, and it's to die for.
I am
I'm
doing
telling
that
you.
today.
Do it.
Doing that.
Report back to me at some point.
And Jim and Gordy, I'm not sharing it. Okay. You also have a special connection to our previous guests, Annie and Molly as well. Would you like to share a little
do.
bit about that?
They are friends of mine. I met them through my husband, who does all of Molly's tattoos.
Yes.
I think
And
probably
it's
some of
amazing.
Annie's too.
And- yes, Annie.
But the ducklings are really, every once in a while, Molly will be like, I need to add another duckling.
I love that. Well, just observing them, they're absolutely gorgeous and fantastic.
Aren't they?
I mean, look at
Aren't
that.
they? I
Look
know.
at that. Molly
Spectacular.
is doing it
Look
off
at Duck- oh,
camera,
yeah,
and
oh, and
Annie
the
is too. They're
trolls.
modeling them off camera. Just a beautiful, like on Molly's arm is just beautiful little ducklings all the way down her arm, and then Annie on their leg has trolls.
Trolls. Mhm. I gifted Annie a troll stocking today. So
Thank you,
added to the
Sarah,
collection.
for joining me here on the Gaily Show. So great to see you. Enjoy the Minnesota State Fair.
Thank you. Thank you, John. This has been delightful.
Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for listening today. Up next is the Matt McNeil Show. You may see or hear me again in a few minutes. And then after that, you're going to tune in to Native Roots Radio, which is also going to be broadcasting here from the Minnesota State Fair and at live at 5 o'clock. So keep it tuned here to AM 950 Radio, the progressive voice of Minnesota, live from the Minnesota State Fair. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you at the Great Minnesota Get Together.